Get up and down, get up and down. I don't know the words. I should know the words. Ta-da! What a beginning. What entrance. Hello, viewers. This is the first, I've just been thinking now, this is the first time I've ever done a live stream of a series I'm currently doing. This is a world first, viewers. I mean, how exciting. How are we all? I hope we're well. Hopefully everyone feels good. Everyone's happy, because otherwise that'd be sad. A few ground rules before we get going. People in the chat, just don't be an idiot. It's very, very simple. If you are an idiot, off you go. But if you're not an idiot, then fine. That's great. What we'll be doing then is playing through the Thames summer season, as well as doing a few bits and pieces with questions and answers. I've got questions, like boom, there it is. It's ready and waiting. And I'll be taking some from the chat as well. I've not had a haircut. This is what happens when you brush it, someone. So thanks. Just don't do that very often. See, everyone's going haircut, but no, just brushed it. Literally just use this little brush I have and swept it across, and everyone's going, haircut? No, not a haircut, viewers. If it's just amazing what can happen when you try and style it a little bit. I say style it, I've brushed it is what's happened. Right then, this is going to be the first time ever we get going. Hello to everyone in the chat, good to see you all. I do have to focus on doing a transfer window at the same time though, so this is going to be an interesting comparison of the two things. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it goes brilliantly. I'm confident, sort of. I'm sort of confident. We'll see how it goes. There we go. I'm just going to sort out my sound. For those that watch on Twitch, there's no music today because I don't want YouTube to be like, oi, stop it. That won't be good. Matt Bolden is a new sponsor. I don't know what that means, Matt, but thank you so much for being a new sponsor. I literally have no idea what that means, but thank you. Right then, so this is Thames behind the scenes. The first time, as I say, I've ever done this, so this should be quite exciting. We're now 5 years into Thames, and we've already gone up one division, so, God, it's taken a long time. What I'm finding is some people hate this. They want me to be in the Champions League by now, so I'm sorry that I'm not at this stage. And equally, some people are liking the fact it's a bit more real. I'm sure a few of you are in between. You're liking that it's real, but come on, sort yourself out. So I'm doing my absolute best to sort myself out. Now, financially, if you've been keeping up with the series, you'll know we have next to no money. I'm well over the budgets. They reduced the budgets to the board. They went, you're spending a little bit too much there, Benny boy. Get it down. So £519,000 in the debt is what we're sitting in right now. So that's fantastic news in a way which isn't particularly fantastic at all. A few people will be interested, I'm sure, in a few bits behind the scenes that I don't usually show in videos just because it doesn't really make sense to. But generally, look, favoured personnel, Stephen Wright, Michael Smith, and Brett Squires. I mean, what a combination. Now, for those that are observing, you'll notice we're in the 6th of July. So we've played a little bit so far. And before we started the stream yesterday, I was going through, sorting a few bits out of players that might be coming in. So if you look at the potential, I mean, that's not a lot, is it? There's the potential. One guy, Charlie Peel, striker. So at some point today, we might see him join the club. He's good in a few areas, not particularly good in others, like marking and tackling and vision. Like he wears glasses, similarly to me, so that's good. That's exciting. But so far, I can see that the stream's going well. If you're saying nice things in the chat, I'm really sorry that I'm not replying. But it's really difficult for people in the video in the future to know what you've said. so we're doing our best. I will, if I ever read something in the chat, I'll read it out and then answer it, essentially. And I'll try and keep an eye on it as best possible. So, yeah, team-wise, we've lost a few good men. Of course, this will all be recapped in the next episode of Thames. So, if you're here for this stream, there will be a bit of, you'll see stuff again, essentially. In terms of this, though, we've lost a few players. We've brought in a couple, and we'll talk about those in a moment. But in terms of released players, these guys have left. And the big one is Alafobi Coca, who's just decided he doesn't want to be here. I mean, he's not found a club yet, so maybe we can. No, we can't. He wanted £350 a week. Can't do it, stream. Can't do it. So he's gone. He's left. He's out the door. He's gone forever. So yeah, it's a shame. He had a good career at Thames, I thought, and last year was really, really good. Played every single game, every single minute almost, of every single game, and now he's left us as quite clearly our best defender. So that's devastating, essentially. I don't know what we're going to do about that. It's a big shame. Elsewhere, Nigel Black, who's one of the right-sided players that we never really featured. Anthony Wells, you probably don't even recognise. Spencer Hassini, again, not very good. Perry Cousins. You don't know who any of these people are because I've never talked about them. And also, I forgot, actually, the last few episodes, because there was basically nothing going on. There was a little playoff battle, going on. We did have Regen Day, and I just never brought it up. And one player that's come through from Regen Day, there's a couple, actually, that are sort of quietly in the background. Adam George has been there for ages. And it's finally, suddenly he's like a good player, but he's a goalkeeper with 5 reflexes and 8 handling. So I'm just pretending he's going to be. One day I'll look back and they'll all be 15. So that's the dream. But right now that's not the case, which is a shame. For those that have been, I'm just gonna sorry about this video, people. For those that have been dicks in the stream, just don't, because I don't want to have to ban you, and then you'll tweet me saying, "Why have you banned me?" And I'll just go, "Because you're being a dick," and then. Oh, dearie me. So you know, stop it. Essentially, like it's quite simple, isn't it? Like just don't be an idiot. Can I mod people on this? Is it possible? I don't even know if it's possible. I don't actually know. I can add moderators. Okay, so if you're a friend of mine in real life, or you're a mod in my Twitch stream, can you let me know and I'll hook you up. Right, thank you for the sponsor as well. Lawrence Fox, thank you for becoming a sponsor. You get a little logo thing next to your name. That's cool. I don't know what it means, but I like it anyway. Right. Sorry, we're back to this then. So in terms of the first team, this is what we're working with. And I mentioned we've got a player that's coming through. He's not even as good as the goalkeeper, apparently. But Brandon Harris, who is 1.5 star, came through last season. I guess, are we back in the Bostwick? We've changed back! I literally didn't know until now. Okay, right then. So we've gone back. We're back in the south. Oh, well, there you are, look. Who knew? Well, I never. We're back. We've changed division. I literally didn't know until right now. The sort of thing I should have probably checked before we started streaming, but I had no idea. So we're back in the south again. Well, now we're a whole different animal. Now we're a whole different beast. How did their season go? I'm a little bit interested. The Casuals of all the they're not even here. The Casuals have gone. Vanarama South. Corinthian Casuals have left us. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. They've had people from Chesterfield. How unfair is that? Okay, so we're back in the south. Oh, I had no idea. That's amazing. Okay, the Casuals have got up with Canvey Island. Oh, dearie me. 100 and 115 points. Get them out of here. I mean, flipping heck. They're a bit too good for me. Get rid. Okay, back in the south. That's good news. And where are we predicted to finish this season? Oh, for God's sake. I mean, that's better than normal, to be fair. Who are I consider our best two players? I'm interested. Jack Hallahan and Brandon Howard, who I think are going to have to become a midfield partnership. And speaking of midfield partnerships, we've had a change in system, viewers. I think we changed things around a little bit with the introduction of Brandon Harris as this attacking playmaker, shadow striker. We're going back to not quite the diamond, but we're going to sort of... It's less of a partnership now. It's more Atomic Kitten in the middle. So we've got Atomic Kitten going on. And we've got a back line which hopefully will be quite strong. Still worried about the full-backs. I like Campbell, obviously, and I like Connolly. They're both very good, but I wish they're a bit more adventurous. They're not very adventurous. Bless them. Anyway, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what we do with those full-backs. If we try and get some new ones in, I guess that's what we'll do. But this is what we're going with in terms of a system at the start of this season. It's a possession-based, sort of Christmas tree-esque thing that's going. Hopefully it'll be good. I think in terms of sort of buying players now, of course, we've got this window to. I mean, essentially, as a lower league team, folks, there's not really a transfer window. If they're free, go get them, and that's sort of been the philosophy. You'll notice as well Smith and Danan up front, and you'll notice a distinct lack of Peter Praggers, who has gone back to Newport. Actually, I've not. Oh, that's penalties. I'm not sure. If we type in, do I have to write? I could have just written Praggers in, couldn't I? That would have worked. Oh, he's a free agent. Peter, this is a big moment. Oh God, please, Peter. Oh, please, don't say no. Oh, this could be an awful early start, viewers. This could be an awful early start. Okay. Oh, Peter Praggers. Okay, come on, Peter. You were very good last year. Come on, don't just be like, I don't want to. Please, Peter, please. Okay, I've done it's a Louis Walsh-esque clap. Come on, right. What, he wants to make the Boston... Fine. Oh, just be reasonable. Oh, no, it said suggested hot prospects, and I've gone straight in at key player. Oh, okay. Okay, forget that. That's fine. Oh, okay, right. It's like, you watch the videos, you think, oh, he's a bit cobbled. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it? I mean, yeah, it's just as much as a bit of. Peter, no, I can't do this, Peter. We can only offer 100 and something. Oh, 60 pounds. 60 pounds. 60 pounds. 60 pounds. 60 pounds. I can't do. I'll offer him 60 pounds. I mean, what else can I? 60 pounds. Oh, 60 pounds. Oh, he's not said yes. Obviously not. Well, oh dear. I don't know what to do. Just walk away. Walk away, Peter. Oh, I can't even look at you. Oh, it hurts. All right. Never mind. Release players. Just get rid of them all. He wants a load. This is the problem. Like, people wonder why the save hasn't progressed. You'll see in this next however long we stream for, we'll go to a maximum of 5 o'clock, but we'll do sort of an hour at least, and we'll see where we go. You'll see why we haven't been able to progress as quickly as I would have liked. Salford, for example, had quite a bit of reputation. No one knows who we are. We are nobody. We've got a TV channel that nobody watches. That's the situation we've got right now. Can't even go on at the moment because we've got no money. There, though, I mean, the squad looks quite good in that basis. I mean, in terms of potential, we could be fantastic. I mean, if you looked at this ordinarily, you'd go, you're going to be great. But the problem we've got is that we want to rise quickly. And, I mean, we're nearly 5 years in, so that's good. I don't really know what we do here at this point. I think we just panic a little bit and just... Okay, so in terms of players we can get in, let's go and take a look at the player search. And we were looking at strikers that fitted even, or a mould where they had good finishing, good composure, good off the ball, decent pace on them as well, and we were hoping that we'd find some good players amongst that. There was a few that came up, but you get players like this who've got good finishing and can't do anything else technically, or have good composure, good off the ball, good teamwork, but then pace isn't particularly good. So you're kind of having to mix and match all the time on players that you think might be quite good, but you're not quite sure if they'll be quite good. But what you can do is you lower these and then you sort of up the finishing a little bit. You get John Dix, for example. Now, I mean, he's claiming to... Well, do we go for John Dix? I feel like we have to. He's available. His composure off the ball, not fantastic. Good first touch, good dribbling. Teamwork's pretty good. And all sorts. So I think someone followed on Twitch there, which... I don't... Yeah. If you followed on Twitch, thanks. That's not, my sounds are working on Twitch. Fantastic. It doesn't matter. John Dix then. I think we go for John Dix. Oh, £55. Even that, they're like, I don't know if we can do it. And we're going to have to start sacking. I'm going to have to sack members of Thames Telly to free up some wages, I think. We'll give him a £100 signing on fee. Oh, he's not even happy with that. Go get yourself a Nintendo Switch. Go on. Enjoy. Oh, come on, John Dix. You're just a striker that I want. It's not international bonus. If he gets capped, he can have all the money in the world. Another £15. Oh, he's not going to be liking that. We'll go 300. We'll go 300. Get yourself a Nintendo Switch and another controller. We're trying so hard. Okay, John Dix, come on. £350. It's like... Now he's not happy at all. How much can we offer? 1,000. Okay, we're going £500 to get John Dix in. Season. Oh, if he gets 15 goals, you can get another £500, £300. That should be. I mean, if he's not accepting this, he's crazy. He's crazy. John Dix, the one that got away. The one that got away. We'll get a scout report for him. He's pretty. I think his acceleration's pretty good. You don't need a massive amount of pace, but acceleration's good, strength's good. Teamwork. He's perfect. How has he gotten previously at Yeovil? Oh, he's just been released from Yeovil. Oh dear. Okay, and that's a player that wanted to join, viewers. So, yeah, you can only imagine. When you look at contracts amongst the squad, half of them are on contracts. Like Cameron Campbell, right, has played 215 league games for us. Is that 215 league games for us? He's never had a contract. So, shout out to him. I've not paid him a penny. And he's been here for 5 years, and he's played pretty much every game. Is he part of the problem? No. So it's not good. It's not good. Someone's immediately come in. You're bottling this. What would you have done? Upped it from youth prospect probably. Yep. It's too late for that now. Okay. Well, look. John Dix has got away. He's done a runner. I go through these hoping to find good players. I very rarely do, viewers. If we're being completely honest, I very rarely find good players on this. We're scouting them and we're adding them to the shortlist. Will they want to join? I mean, how many players are currently on the scouted shortlist? I imagine if we look at the players that are there, so that's 133 players. Now, do any of them want to? George Bottler, he fancies a go. Right back. I mean, this is the problem, George. Like, you come here as a right back, you're quite clearly better as a winger, despite having 3 crossing in, 2 dribbling. But you've got 3 marking and 5 tackling. How much do you want to become a right back? You're 25. You've not worked on key attributes, have you? What are you actually doing in training, George? And then you have to walk away. And he's 85. He's highly recommended for our team, which is not ideal, is it, on any level? Dale Hull-Crowe. We'll move on. Lee Horn, and this is essentially what happens, viewers. I sort of sit here and hope and dream, and it's nothing but it's just a disappointment. It's just a continual disappointment of players. Right, shall we do our first question? I didn't say this would be a Q&A stream, so as well as doing this, we're going to do some questions as well. So I'll bring this up at the bottom. There it is. Nathan, thank you for your question. It was on a video I asked for questions, so if you did ask questions, we'll do some from the chat towards the end. But what do you think has changed the most about your style since starting YouTube? Obviously can be good or bad. Fair enough. Thanks for the question, Nathan. I guess the answer to the question, and it's a good question, I sound very politician-y there, don't I? Is that, one, you can see my face now. You couldn't see my face before. I think my style's become... I think, actually, it's not changed a massive amount. I think I'm a bit more confident talking. I can do it for longer periods of time. But that's come from streaming as well. That's not just through doing videos. I think that's probably a good thing. I think my style has helped me to grow across different platforms, so I can only be happy about that, really, can't I? Bad points. Are there any bad points that I think my content's done? I think there's one thing. I mean, doesn't really answer your question, but I wish I'd done more over the last few years. I wish I'd done more videos of different variety, and I've not really done that for different reasons. And again, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because it's allowed me to focus on other things. But yeah, I think what's changed the most is that I've become more confident. I think at the start, people were a bit like, do we actually like what this is? And now I feel like there's more people that actually get what I'm doing. So that's really cool. We might be about to hit 1,000 viewers live. Thames live. So thanks for, if you're still here, thanks for watching. We will look at the loan market. Everyone's saying, look at the loan market. I'll look at the loan market in a minute. We'll do it now. But thank you for your question, Nathan. I appreciate it. We'll get on to another question in about 5 minutes or so. Right. Let's look at this loan market then on the old player search. Get the loans up, and we'll see who's interested. We've got this guy. Yes. Striker extraordinaire. Not the best one. Oh, I just wondered, was my scouted thing only looking at... No, okay. I was wondering if it was only looking at strikers, but no, it's okay. I was looking at everything. Where are we? Back to player search. So we've also got Blake Ellis, who... Not the quickest, is he? I mean, we could lower the finishing a little bit. It's on 14. I mean, that is quite high. This guy, Ethan... No, again, see, no technicals apart from finishing, which I don't think... I think my experience has shown you need to have more players who are a little bit more well-rounded. I mean, we'll lower the finishing again, see if anyone else comes up. Again, if they're quite well-rounded, we'll take them. For example, you shouldn't be too critical of finishing when you think about Michael Smith. He's got 8 finishing and got 25 goals last season, but mainly because his physicals and his mentals are much better than most players in the division. So you can kind of... You don't have to have great finishing. I just think... When you're looking at a striker, it is preferred. So hopefully so. Matt Davey is over at Walsall. He's okay, but I don't think he's that different from someone like Liam Danan. So if we look at Danan quickly and compare, yeah, they're quite similar in what they offer. There's not too much between them. I mean, in terms of technicals, they're both on an average of 6. So if we look at key highlights, actually, for I think advanced forward probably is his role. Liam Danan's on the right side, by the way. So Liam Danan's not got as good as finishing, but dribbling, he's slightly better. First touch, he's a little bit inferior. Technicals across the board are pretty much of a muchness. Physically, Liam Danan's got better balance, but he's a quicker player. Overall, he's Matt Davey on loan. I mean, he's on loan. It might be one of those that you don't worry about. Mentally, I mean, Liam Danan absolutely crushes him. He's not as tall. They weigh very similar amounts, like that makes any difference whatsoever. Matt Davey, I don't know what we think. I don't know. I think we just... we'll scout him. We'll see how he ranks against some other players. And again, I already know that this guy's going to be a bit naff, so... Bulldog Smith. I've played against him before. Yeah, he's played at Cray. It's a name I do recognise. Okay, so we'll leave strikers for now. We're not massively in need of them. I mean, we do have Liam Danan, we do have Michael Smith, we don't have a pacey player like Peter Praggers. That's the problem. We've got a Liam Kinnear, but Liam Kinnear is, for all him being quick and he can do a step over, he didn't play for me very much last year. 16 appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists. I mean, it's not dreadful, but I want him to be sort of around that 3-star mark if he's going to be starting for me, and he's not quite there yet. I guess the conundrum comes now with players like Ian Thompson and Tom Gillette. Like, they're both out of contract. They're both playing in positions that we're not using as things stand. The problem would be, of course, if we decide to change formation. Yes, we're getting rid of like 250 quid off the wage bill, but at the same time, that's kind of gonna... I can't reinvest that anyway because the board have set new budgets. Like, the wage budget is so limited at the moment. The wage budget is £2,108 and we're spending £2,644, which is more. So that's not good. So use the highest value loan player. I've done this quite a few times. They're never good, but we'll do it anyway. Just so I mean, yeah, you want to see, right? So this is the highest one, Matthew Atkin, and is he as good as Hallahan? I mean, I'm not. I mean, I am sure. I don't think he's necessarily even as good as Hallahan. Like, Jack Hallahan is the blue in this situation. So yeah, he's physically quite good at Barnet, but that's about that. I mean, if we can look at a few others though, Graham Nolan from Leyton Orient. I mean, we can get players that are slightly better now. That's a positive. Maybe someone like Graham Nolan actually wouldn't be too bad in that attacking midfield spot. Regan Russon from Southend, left-sided player, he's okay. 5 crossing for a winger, not particularly good. Look, do you know what? Someone in the chat there, Erasmus, you've just written in the chat. Senior affiliate. I mean, I've not tried this season. Every season I try, don't need one. Why would we get one of those? Mainly because you've got £500,000 worth of debt. No teams are interested in becoming our senior affiliate. I'll tell you why, though. It's not really in the interest of Premier League or Championship clubs to send players to us, whereas teams above us in League 1, League 2, in the conference, they ordinarily don't have the money to give out to feeder clubs like us, so it wouldn't really make a lot of sense. So that, to me, is why it doesn't happen. Where are we looking here? Networking senior affiliate. So, again, I assume it won't work, but I'm going to say we could get some loan players in without signing wages. We would rather the club not rely on loan players. Good. The financial benefits, though, that could really help the club grow. He doesn't think the financial rewards. Billy Curry is messing this up big time. I can't really stress how important this is. You can't so much like. I think we'll be left behind by the rivals. We feel like the club, and this is. I mean, I'm just going to leave it because I don't want to get sacked. So that is essentially the situation. He's not interested. He's not interested. Now, Charlie Peel. This is the sort of striker I quite like. Good first touch, good finishing. Composure off the ball, very good. Acceleration, pace, solid. 5'8". I think actually comes in from Kettering, and I think he'll do a decent enough job. I mean, he's been around a little bit, not really scored too many goals though. But I think Charlie Peel to come in as another option, perfectamundo. That's what we're talking about. 1,000 viewers. Hello everyone. I'm going to drink out of my Football Manager. Can you see this Football Manager on? Maybe not. Football Manager. Yes, you can see my Football Manager glass as a cheers, everyone. Thanks. There we go. Right. So Charlie Peel, a new addition to the team. I think he's decent. I think, well, he's not like amazing. He's not get off your seat good, but he's good enough. So we're going to bring him in and see if he makes any difference to our team. He is terrible. We are terrible though. Wayne's Dubaka. Oh, it's critical. I've brought him in surplus to requirements. Disagree. I think he's better than most. For example, he's probably going to be third choice. He's better than Liam Kinnear. So we'll take it. Let's take a look then at our squad depth and our current ability. It's not great, is it? It's so bad. We've got one great player, which is two great players, Jack Callahan. And he's bad at it. Oh, hello? Oh no. Let me just decline that. Right, there we go. Right then, so I've just been rug on Facebook. Horrifying a moment for me. It's not great. It's a problem. Potential ability-wise, look at the strikers we've got on offer. Charlie Peel, he's going to develop under me, and I think that's the main thing. We've got loads of... the potential's fantastic. I mean, 9 great central midfielders, potentially, but currently, it's not a mate. It's not... Doesn't fill you with confidence, does it? We've got George Heaven who's coming. I mean, he could play anywhere. I quite like him at the back, actually. He's sort of the Coca replacement. So it's not easy for you, is the point I'm making, to get players in that that'll set the team alive. It's not easy, but we'll do our best. I wonder what the people saying fullbacks. Fullbacks are like so hard to tie down, especially with the financial situation that we're in. I've just spent more on the wages. Oh dear me, I've just spent more on the wages, so that's gone up again now. Actually, no, is he contracted or is he here on sort of a free? I think he's here on a free, right? Okay, so we're not even paying him anything. Perfect. I mean, to get him in on nothing, and that's pretty good. Carl Connolly, he's a very good left back. He's not the left back I really want though, and we've talked about this before. It could what is annoying, viewers, is he could easily play sort of the full-back attack role because he's actually quite good in the areas that I need him to be. Crossing's very good. First touch is very good. So there's an argument to say, just play him in anyway, Ben. Just play him in that role anyway and forget about him. You know, just make him learn it. And Campbell on the other side, it's not a too dissimilar story. Like he wouldn't be that bad at it really. I mean, he's got good crossing, good marking. First touch is to be desired, but tackling's very good, very pacey. I mean, I think I'm making a decision for my own mind here. We'll train them both to play these attacking roles. I can't actually make him really focus on being an attacking version, but I'll do my best. Oh blimey! Money to Money Productions has donated $20 and said for your next haircut. What do you mean? What's wrong? What's wrong with this? Okay, but thank you for your support, man. That's very kind. Thank you. I'll be honest, I wasn't fully aware that was even possible with the way YouTube streaming works out. But thank you very much. That's a very generous donation. I appreciate that. I'll blow you a kiss, but that might not be appropriate for you. I mean, Dan McAteer, we can't play him in an attacking fullback role, can we? So do we go and look for new ones? Is that what we're sort of deciding here? Keith just said that. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have in my life. I cherish all the moments we share. Everything you do for me is noticed. I don't know what I did to deserve your love. Shout out to Keith there for his... Thanks to Keith. Thanks to Keith. Hashtag haircut fund. It's going to be quite the haircut. I mean, thank you, my man, for the donation. Right, Alan Pender. He's a right midfielder. We don't want right midfielders. Midfielders. What are we doing here? Right, defending attributes. Do you know what? We'll do it a different way. We'll go on to pick attributes and we'll see who we can get in this attacking right back role. I'm not confident, but we'll see. We'll set it down at 10, and then it obviously won't match. So we'll go to sort of 7 attributes. No, not even that. 9. Okay, here we go. 9 again. No, already. Nope, not doing that. See, some of them are so important. Jason Barry is the best one. He's a left winger. I mean, come on now. I want full-backs. Right, go down again. Anyone there? No. Right, let's get rid of some of these ones that aren't as important, I guess, like dribbling and a few of the other ones. Anticipation, it is important. Concentration, off the ball, I can deal with it not being good. Teamwork, I can kind of deal with it not being good. Oh, I don't really like any of these. Stamina, I guess, but I want everything now, because otherwise they're getting worse. Okay, this is not a good sign at all. Right, we've got 2 here. Reece McKenzie from Charlton, who'd be a left back who could play this attacking role quite well. We'll get him scouted and we'll see if we can get him loaned. And Lee Ben, who is very similar to Lee, but he's more of a centre back, so we're probably not going to get him in. Speaking of Lee, what's he doing these days? Lee. Don't tell me he's... No, don't do this. Where is he? Lee. Hello? There he is. Christchurch. He found a home. He was great last year. 5 goals, 7 assists in the Wessex Premier. There's a word in front of that is difficult, so we're going to leave it. Right, let's continue forwards. In terms of players to bring in, is there anywhere, I'm going to ask the stream quickly, do you think there's anywhere we really need to strengthen? The goalkeeper, actually, I'm thinking about this. Michael, I don't know if you're watching, Mr. Michael. Actually, at this time of day, he's probably playing a match now, I think about it. But I think goalkeeper is where we need to look at. But stream, do let me know. I only had loan options up there. I should probably have had transfer options up as well. Oh, dear. Right, here we are. Thomas Day, right back. See, defensive fullback. I don't want a defensive fullback. And this guy, centre back, Sonny Miles. He doesn't look too bad, actually. He looks decent. And he's played for quite a few sides. They've just been relegated, actually. And he doesn't... he's not... He's 5'6". Okay, I'm not sure. Goalkeeper, then. I mean, Michael Emery, for those that aren't aware, Michael Emery does watch the series. He's enjoying it, from what I can tell. And now we're going to try and replace him. This is going to be fun. We'll see if we can see anyone straight off the bat. Anyone that's good there that we can maybe bring in, like Thomas Miller. Now, you look at this guy and you go, perfect. But I look at him and think, where are his ones? Like one passing, one first touch. They don't strike me with massive amounts of confidence. So we're going to look for someone who's quite well-rounded, first things first. And then we'll sort of go from there. If there's anyone with that, I'll be stunned. Or that even. No, none of these. Literally none of those 11. Okay, 9. And then put those up. As long as they've got... I mean, there's some things I'm not as bothered about. So I can if his throwing's not fantastic, I can kind of deal with that. It's the other stuff that matters. Right, here's a bevy of goalkeepers. Right, Scott Brassington. I mean, what we'll do, actually, change your plan, as I don't think it will cost me anything. We'll just scout them all. And we'll see if any of the good ones come through. Royston Diskin. So what do you do with that CD? You put the disc in. There you go. Right. I do jokes all the time, not just on videos. Warren Burwood. I mean, his hair is something special. Look at that. That is often. That's like mine during the Parma series. That is quite something. Right. That's quite. To be fair, some of these guys are quite good. I don't know. Someone just said the name Tom Manager. I am interested to see how he's getting on. He's a manager. He's managing Verwood under 23. He's not even a player anymore. We can't look at, but what a career! I mean, that is incredible stuff. Thank you, Tom Manship, for being a part of my life. Oh dear. Right, let's continue on. Let's battle on and see what we can find. Emery is playing Frickley right now. Good. I hope he's doing well. Michael Emery has Thames FC and is why he does. It's true. These aren't better than Michael, surely. Well, Michael's sort of... He's not... He's okay. It's difficult. Because he's only 1.5 star, you do wonder, like, what it'll do in the future. I don't know. Makes me nervous. Should we do another question while we're sort of debating things? What question are we on now? 2, are we? Okay, the question comes from Matthew Weston. Thank you for your question, Matthew. I'm just going to make it a bit bigger so I can see it. Having played as much FM as you have over the years, do you think you could be involved in the running of a real football club in some way, like board level or something? I think it's every football manager's player's dream to run their own club. I think what Spencer does with hashtag is like, you get some criticism for it, but that is like the dream. Playing football with your mates, playing in stadiums that you could never dream of playing in, and going around the world, essentially being a football team. Whether you like them or not, you can't disagree. Like, it seems like a lot of fun, right? And I would love to be involved in that sort of thing. I don't think I'd ever get into the position where I could, but of course, I would love to do something like that. That'd be cool. I don't think my knowledge, I don't think the evidence of me playing Football Manager would be very good on a CV, but I do like the idea of doing something along those lines. I think it could be a lot of fun. But yeah, maybe one day, maybe. Should I do another question while we're here? Let's get another one in. Dan asks, Dr. Benji, your question from me. Spell Benji correctly. That's double points. Your question from me is, what's your thought process as you're going through games deciding what tactics to use? Now, many people will watch this right now and think, what thought process? There's no thought process. The issue I have, my thought process during a video and outside of a video is really different. And I think people that have watched me stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Dr. Benji, if anyone that's interested in more live streaming, I'm a lot more considered, whereas in videos, I'm often trying to make something happen all the time. And in streams, I'm kind of letting it play out a little bit more. I'm a bit more casual, you know. I'm aware that people know that this isn't going to be like a high energy thing constantly. Whereas with a video, you want it to continue to be entertaining. So I'm trying to make changes. So if we're not losing, I'm thinking, right, what can we do to make changes? What can I do to change it? Conversely, that's why sometimes I don't make changes, because I think if we've got a lead, I don't want to change it for it to go wrong. There's so many times where I don't make changes and it just works out fine. So there's a bit of both. But that's a good question. Who I asked it? Dan? Was it? Dan, yeah. So there is a difference between doing a video and not doing a video. So like obviously that it goes into that when I'm just playing off stream, I'm concentrating on it more. I'm thinking about it more. I'm not constantly trying to force things to happen all the time. Whereas in videos, I want to win every game like we play, but it doesn't always happen, and then it sometimes backfires in my face. Rob Grit looks pretty good, doesn't he? I must say. Talking about strikers, he looks very well-rounded. Defensive forward, just been released from Bournemouth. I mean, why have we got the money? It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Vish has just donated £5 with he's left us a fact, viewers. I'll share it with the group. Did you know, Ben, that hippos can run around 30 kilometres an hour? I just felt the urge to send you a fact about a hippo while watching you. Fact of the hour. So hopefully, if we do another hour, Vish will be back with another fact. Thanks, Vish. Appreciate that. Thanks very much. I mean, we've all learned something there, haven't we? We've all learned something. Thank you, Vish. Unbelievable. Right then. I think we just played Watford there in a friendly. Did we win? We drew 2-2 with them. I mean, that could have been more embarrassing, couldn't it? Barker came on. Everyone remember Sam Barker? He's still here. You'd be surprised, actually, in the reserves. Like, the reserves are full of... That's quite funny to look at. The reserves are just full of players that have played... Like, Dominic Taylor is still here. Just chilling out in the reserves. What did he do last year for the reserves? One appearance, not great for him in the reserves, if we're honest. I do schedule games for the reserves as much as possible, all the 23s. But you can see there, Dominic Taylor, not a massive influence. Gareth Grant is still here. I'm not paying any of these boys anything, I don't think. And if I am, that's a mistake. No, they're all on like £5 a week, which I'll be honest, I can deal with. Shall we look at dynamics for the whole team a minute? Like you can see there, everything's going okay. I mean, the dressing room atmosphere is average, which is fine. In terms of hierarchy, no team leaders. Not a sausage, not even one. So, not even a single. We've been playing for 5 years. Campbell's played 200 games. Doesn't want to be a team leader, though. Hallahan, no leadership abilities, but is highly influential. So that's good. What do they think of me right now? 12 players support me. 12 players have no opinion of me. And 0 players oppose me, which I guess is good. Thanks everyone. Social group-wise, we've brought some new players in. Not part of the core social group yet, which is basically everyone that is already here. The core social group, everyone. I don't know why I'm doing a lot of clapping. Was there a lot of attendance for the Watford game? Oh, a home game with 1,200 people. I did try to get some other friendlies, actually. Speaking of that, we might as well have another go. But there was no teams like that were very good that would actually help out. Like I've done against Bayern and PSG. Nobody cared. Literally, it cost me money. So I don't think there's anyone that wants to play. I could choose other, but I don't think. I mean, we are. Where's West Ham? We are local. If we could have got a friendly with West Ham every year, that would have probably kept us afloat. Where am I looking here? I've just gone past them, haven't I? West Ham there. Do you think they'll want a friendly with the senior squad? I mean, we'll ask them. Where's it gone? It's gone. It's choose a date. Oh, there's no dates available because they've got friendlies booked up. Oh, okay. Well, no, that's okay. We can just do it in there maybe. Do you fancy it? Do you fancy create that friendly? Do they want a friendly during an international break? They've rejected it, so no. Is the answer, viewers? No. Call up that under-23 4-star potential keeper. If you saw him, my friend, you'll know it's not worth doing. Ben, I've been playing as Wembley, and the only way to make any sort of money has been arranging under-23 friendlies. It's a pain to arrange them, but they helped him. Thoughts? Yes, I've not under-23 so much, but I think reserve team, we did loads of reserve team one. Actually, under-23s we didn't do any, but I did arrange loads of reserve team friendlies last season, and yeah, we didn't make a massive amount of money against a couple of teams though. Actually, we did make some money. Leeds, Barnet. I mean, yes, we'll do more of that next year. I'll make sure. A broken nose. He's broke his nose after jumping. Oh, for heaven's sake. Okay, well, just put some sort of mask on, Brett. Just get it over. Become a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. That's all you need. Alex has come in with a £5 donation. I'll happily play goal for Thames if you need, Veggie. Failing that, try Wayne Short. The lad only needs a pasty as he signs on. Well, we'll think about it. So in the chat, I'm interested. We've got how many people are watching right now? We did have 1,000 before. Is there still 1,000? Still 1,000, 1,100 people. What a madness! What was your first series watching on YouTube? What was the first one you saw? Maybe this is your first one. Actually, I'd be interested to know if Thames was your first one. Let me know in the chat. What was your first series? Why did you pay £925 for that? Oh yeah. That's a valid point, to be fair. Why did I... That's a really... Look, we all make mistakes. Oh, bollocks. That's like £1,000. Okay, well, that's money we're never going to see again. I mean, what does that even go under in terms of expenditure? I wouldn't even know. I mean, other? Probably, yeah, literally other. I think it's that. I think that's that there, isn't it? Other costs. Well done to me. Brilliant. Oh, blimey. People have gone mad with who they've been doing it with. Vish has left another donation. Send off with Vish, my man. Because you love me, I just naturally assume you do. Would you sing Sweet Caroline on stream? The full song. Da da da, Sweet Caroline. Bum bum bum. Do you know what, Vish? I would carry on, but I don't want YouTube to strike the video because it's too similar to the original Vish. Good times never seem so... Is it sweet or long? One of those. Da da da. I feel inclined. That's enough. They're going to think it's real. Tommy Sinclair, thank you for the £2 donation. Hi, Benji. Just joined. What's new? All sorts is new. What I'm finding is a lot of people have written either Parma or Salford in the chat. 800 years in the future is also a viable answer. So yeah, I would do more, Vish, but at the same time, I don't want to violate copyright. I don't want YouTube to strike me down. So, sorry. The Swindon lot, Parma. I'll read through some of these. Journeyman in Ukraine. Thank you, Edmund. Salford, Swindon, Spal, Swindon, Road Trip. I mean, I've enjoyed that. I've had a good sing-song. We've all enjoyed it. A lot of Salfords, though. A few road trips in there as well. Norwich. I mean, that is... If you join from the Norwich save, then that is old school. The Espalion job. Yes, Tiago. That's what I want to see. Who remembers that series? I feel like the Espalion job is like the forgotten series of my channel a little bit, which is fine. I mean, I don't mind. I still liked it. Let's do another question. I think we're on to number 4. Owen Kane asks, did you have a job when you started YouTube, or did you always want to become a YouTuber? That's a sort of a two-part question. I will clarify now for anyone that's not aware. YouTube is my full-time job. This is what I do now. I do YouTube, I do streaming, I do tweeting. That's not a job. I mean, for some people it probably is. Social media managers. Curtis Morton, shout out to you. But no, well, did I have a job? Not really. I was going through... I mean, for those that know, they know. If you don't know, then it's a bit of a sad story. It's a bit of a sorry tale. I was going through a rough time in my life where things weren't going very well. Started streaming on Twitch. People seemed to support that and get behind it. So I started a YouTube channel and people supported it and got behind it. And now 3 years later, here we sit. Before that, I'd done different sorts of jobs, just sort of doing bits and pieces, really. Writing about football, doing sort of proofreading for football. I was a lifeguard in my teens. I know. That's people are going, what? Shut your face. No, you weren't. Did work on event management and things like this. So I've done a few bits and pieces, but I've never really, I went, again, you go through a difficult point in your period. I spent a long time in education as well. So, yeah, it was just, yeah. So the answer is, when I started YouTube, no. Then again, this is where this question is sort of a two-part question, is that like I didn't start YouTube with the idea of it'll become my job. That's important to make. I think anyone that starts YouTube now, and I'll give this advice to anyone that's watching really, if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel with the key motivation of this is going to become my job, then you won't necessarily make it. Like, it's the sort of situation where you've got to really want to do it. You've got to love doing it before your love to make it a job becomes a thing. You've got to really enjoy doing it. And there's not enough people that start YouTube with the right intentions. If you're starting YouTube to like become popular or to make it your job, then it's never going to quite work the way you want it to. Whereas if you do it because you've got a real passion for it, then I think you have a much better chance of it becoming like something part of your life. Like for me, it was work really hard at it and see where it goes. And if you remember back in the day, that's what when people used to say to me, oh, how far do you think you'll go on YouTube? It's like, look, if I just keep working hard at it, who knows where it will go. And that should be the motivation, not to like make it your job. So bear that in mind. So that's how tall am I? I'm 6'2". 6'2" and a little bit. It's like I'm 6'2" and then there's like a centimetre more. Whatever that would be. Vish, do you receive the full money from Super Chat? Vish, I don't really know what Super Chat is, mate. So, maybe. I've literally got no idea, Vish. But thank you again for your super donation. And Jacopi Belbo, Girlfriend vs FM. Oh, is that how you first found the series? How is Ellie Curtains watching Sofa now? Can I still get I think it's going to get web t-shirt? Yes, drbenji.com. There is a store option on there. And t-shirts are still available if you want them. And thank you for your $5 donation as well. Very kind. So thank you for your question about stuff. Liam asked, how long do you see your YouTube channel career lasting? This is a question loads of people wanted to answer, actually. How long do you see your YouTube career lasting? Hopefully a very long time. And where do you see yourself long term? The answer isn't a good answer, but it is the honest answer, is I have absolutely no idea. It could end in 6 months. It could end in 5 years. It could end in 10 years. People have been doing videos on this platform there's some people that have been doing it for 12 years. So if I keep going and do it for 12 years, I'll be nearly 40. So here's hoping. Let's carry on. Transfers, virtual player transfers. I'm nearly 40. GT Gaming, thank you for ignoring my donation. I definitely did it on purpose, mate, so I'm sorry about that. How do you know what you're doing with player roles? I generally look for what the attributes are for the player and then go from there, really. So if their attributes match up but they're not necessarily good at it, the good example we've got right now is Carl Connolly. Like, although he's not a natural as a fullback attack, if you put it on there, you can see that he's got good crossing, first touch is good, marking, tackling very good, so he could play the role pretty successfully. So we're going to try it out. So we'll see if it works. But ordinarily, I think playing players in their preferred role is better. If it turns out this doesn't work, then I will change them back to defensive fullbacks if I feel like we're getting exposed in wide areas. But try and keep it as close as you can to what their attributes suggest. Like, and then if you can train them in those positions so they're perfect in those roles, then that's even better. Good luck with that. Do the shirts run small normal? Jacob, if you go on the website, you will see everything, my friend. It's all there for you, and there's a size chart and everything, so you can figure it all out. Right then, let's get rid of the question there. So how long do I see it going? I mean, in the future, I've made no secret really. I would love to do radio one day. I think it's something that I would suit quite well. It's something that I don't think I'm ready to do yet, if I'm being completely honest. Danny Kane, any player with the surname Kane. Actually, speaking of that, I saw Michael Kane on this save recently. Where was he? He was somewhere around there. Whitehawk, central midfielder. I don't think we can get him in, which is a shame, but we'll try our best. I mean, I say we'll try our best. We're literally not going to be able to get him on any level. While we're looking at former Hall of Famers, Andy Tannoy wants a massive appearance fee all the time, and we can't pay it, so he stays where he is, which is a bit of a shame. Vish, you'll receive super chat revenue in the same way you'll receive ad revenue with AdSense. Answer my own question, really. You're welcome, Donald. Thanks, man. I had no idea, but thank you for answering the question for me. How are the finances going? I mean, every time I look at it, there's just that, oh, God, not good. Occasionally we get like spikes of income. I can't even figure out what this would have been. Gate receipts from FA Cup games, I assume that was last season. That's about it. So unless we do have like a cup run, which is very difficult to do with the squad that we have, not much can go on. I am aware, by the way, we're doing a transfer window. There aren't a massive amount of transfers being made. Part of the reason for that is I'm quite happy with the balance of the squad right now. We're looking to get this loan guy in. I should clarify that again, actually. Graham Nolan from Leyton Orient, I think, as a loan option, very pacey, as an advanced playmaker. Could fit in this role behind the strikers really well. Decent passing, good work rate as well, which I quite like. Hasn't featured much for Leyton Orient. How did he do last year? 27 appearances, 10 goals for their, I guess it's their reserves or their under something or others. And not many assists though. No assists. He might have been playing as a striker. I mean, they might have been playing him as a striker. It's not impossible. I guess we'll see. 10 clubs actually go bust on FM. We're testing it. When am I twitching next? Either today or tomorrow. We might do one tonight. We'll see. Thank you to everyone that's donated. If I miss it, I'm really sorry. The chat's going really quickly. I'm trying to focus on making this a viewable VOD for people. A video on demand service at youtube.com/DrToMGFM. Should we go to another question while we're here? Question number 6. Ben White asks, in 5 years' time, what do you think will be the biggest change to FM, to the game we have now? Do you see any big changes? I'm thinking 3D. Like when 3D was first introduced, do you think we're at a stage now where nothing on that scale will change? I think there'll be a major change in the next you said 5 years there, so I think in like 2022-23 FM22, I genuinely think, this is a bold thing to say out loud, I don't know obviously, and I don't think even they know at the studio, so it's not like I'm ruining our relationship, but I think virtual reality and Football Manager may well come into friendship at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if we have VR headsets on the sideline and you can watch the game from the sideline with the help of VR. I think that if VR continues to be quite impressive and the technology continues to advance, I think that is the major change we will see. I don't think there's much else they can do. And obviously you wouldn't have to use VR. I'm not saying Football Manager has to be played with VR, but I can imagine you setting up the game as normal, you pop on your VR headset and you can watch the game through your VR headset, which would be mad, wouldn't it? That'd be so cool if you could do that. So yeah, I think that could be a change that I think would be amazing, and I don't necessarily think will happen, but who knows? I think that'd be a cool little feature for them to implement one day. Who knows? VR bottling. Yeah, I don't know if you could walk out. Would you be able to walk out of the grounds? I'm not saying VAR, by the way. I'm not saying technology in terms of VAR. I'm saying virtual reality headsets, VR. I don't want VAR in Football Manager. Don't need it. It's a video game. Don't need it. Please don't bring it in. Don't need it. So don't want VAR. Not talking about VAR. Just clarifying now. Not talking about VAR. What's the plans with For the Fans? The podcast I do with Jack, Proudy, and Keno. It'll be back for the World Cup. I don't think it'll be back before that. We might do an end of season rundown where we talk about our predictions. That's all I can tell you right now. I was confused to whether people thought I meant VAR. Can Thames go bankrupt? If so, will the series end? I think if they go bankrupt, the series would end. I don't know what else I would be able to do. I don't know what will happen to the team. I don't know if we'll get put in administration. I don't know. I think what happens generally is you get new owners and the debt is restructured. I don't actually know what else could happen beyond that. I think that's sort of the start and the finish to that conversation. We might actually play, I mean, this might surprise a few people. You probably weren't expecting it. We might play a couple of league games in this stream if people are interested. How long have we been going for in the stream, actually? We're nearly an hour in, so we're definitely going for a bit longer than I anticipated. But we might play a couple of league games to see if we can get people in. Of course, the transfer window ends in the September, so we might be able to play a couple of games. Graham Nolan from Leighton Orient is coming in. I think that is a great little purchase. Personally, I think he could be good. In behind the two front men, I'd be interested to see how he rates up compared to everyone else, but I think that's pretty good. Let's do some more questions. Let's fire through a few of these, because I did say to people on a video recently we'll do a Q&A, so I've prepped the questions I thought were quite good, and hopefully I answered the ones in the comment section. Do you make the music for your intros, or are they already made for you? The Salford Story, for example. I have used different sources because I've got a network through my YouTube partnership that deal with the technical side of YouTube. They are also giving me access to different video, also different audio. What's the phrase? I don't even know what the phrase would be. Like Epidemic Sound. If you know what Epidemic Sound is, there's like audio libraries. That's the word I was looking for. Online audio libraries where I get rights to all of the songs that are used in that. I had one with a previous network I was with, which gave me the Palmer intro, and then I've used Epidemic Sounds to find intros and whatnot for these. There have been instances when I've been looking for new intros for series that I have looked like through like friends and stuff that have had songs made and things like that, but there's just never been one that has fitted perfectly. That looks really nice. I can't click on that, but that looks quite cool. Hashtag Thames. Graham Nolan, welcome to Thames. I've never really seen that before. Thames FC on Twitter at Thames_FC is the real Twitter. But Thames FC, can I follow Thames FC? Do I follow Thames FC? I already follow them. What else do they tweet about? Can I see that? Can I actually see the socials? You can't, can you? You can't see all the socials they do. I mean, that would be a good feature, wouldn't it? Never mind. So the answer is no. I don't make all the music. I get it from different audio libraries, which allow me to do it. So shout out to those guys over there. Thanks very much. Is that going any good? He's quite well rounded. I think team-wise, I'm quite set. I think goalkeeper though. We looked at goalkeepers. We scouted a few, didn't we? Let's narrow that down a little bit now then and see who's available to play in goal. Let's get this general view up. I don't really like the overview screen at all. Leighton Smith at Uxbridge apparently is very good, and would come in as a backup. Now I don't know when I scouted him. That's part of the problem. What's his star rating? See, that's the issue. His current ability is 1.5 star. I mean, how old is this scout report? It might be a while ago. 22nd. It was 3 days ago. So he could become fantastic, is what they're saying. I mean, do we put all our eggs in the Leighton Smith bag? I mean, that's the question. Maybe we do. I don't know if we'll be able to sign him, though. He's probably going to want quite a big contract. I guess we'll see. He wants nothing. So, yes, in you come. Leighton Smith could well be the future of Thames goalkeeping. Elliot Taylor is also like quite good. He's quite similar. They're quite similar, actually. And Taylor last year did okay for me without being spectacular. I guess we'll see. Liam Danan. I think we trust in Liam Danan that he's going to become a little bit better as well. Liam Danan is a good striker. He and Smith up top should be able to form a partnership. Smith's quicker than you think as well for a target man. It's just his finishing isn't fantastic. So I think those two up front could be the future with Graham Nolan in behind. I've just messed that up. Michael Smith. So I think this could be the team. If we change into an advanced playmaker on attack, I think this is the future of Thames right now. And I think our midfield and our attack are pretty good. I think if we can get a good goalkeeper in, then we're laughing, aren't we? But we're going fluid as well for the first time. I'm changing the team shape around as well. Someone asked the question, no. So I don't know what. People just writing no. I don't know what happened. The new Thames animated intro is awesome. Yeah, shout out to Rick who made it. I did link his Twitter on the video that it was first shown. I mean, do you want to watch it again? You watch it again. No one asked for this, but it might be late to the video, so there it is. Look, nice, isn't it? It's good. Yeah. And then there we are, back. Production value. That's what we're all about here. Production value. Have you tried to get an affiliate? Yes, we can't get one. Sorry, that's just the way it is. By all means, if you want to leave a like on this Thames Live summer transfer window, I don't know if it converts into the video, but by all means, drop a like and subscribe for more if you want to see more. Right, what are we doing? We're coming back at you in a moment. Oh yeah, I want to do a giveaway for a t-shirt as well. Maybe we'll do that on Twitter afterwards. So if you're not on Twitter, I apologise, but we'll do it on Twitter because I think that's the easiest way to do it. Graham Nolan has just come in. He's out for X amount of weeks already, so that's good news. Was that loud? I'm really sorry if that was loud. Sorry to everybody if that was loud. Kind of feel guilty now. Do I watch Ninja? I've seen his Fortnite streams, yes. Thank you for the question. Should we do some more? Speaking of questions, another one. This one here from Hank. There's a bit to the end. We'll say Hank. How do you find the balance between quality and quantity of your work/videos? Will you be doing some FM draft videos this year? Really looking forward to something World Cup related, like you did with Jack during the Euros. Question number one then. How do I find the balance between quality and quantity? There was a lot of questions on videos and on Twitter about why the Ajax series stopped. I have now completed that, and there might be a video that goes up on the channel probably next weekend actually, with the stream from the end of the Ajax save, if people want to see that. So I might upload that next weekend just for sort of some finishing. I thought that my Arsenal series and my Ajax series were compromising each other on quality. I don't think either of them were bad. I just thought that if I'd have put all the effort into one, they would be better. And I hope that's what we've got with Thames, that now, because I've not split myself between two series, that the Thames videos, as a result, in the first 40 episodes have been better than, say, the Arsenal series. And that is part of the reason the Ajax series stopped, because it was like, I don't want to compromise on just putting videos out for the sake of putting videos out. I mean, if we're going to talk quite openly about it, I would make more money from doing this if I did 2 videos a day, but I didn't think the Ajax videos were that good. So, and I didn't want to just like, I think conning people into watching them is the wrong word. But but I hate the idea of uploading for the sake of it. I did both series at the same time because I thought they would be good, they'd be different, there'd be something interesting. And with the Ajax series, it was always, the idea of that was always to continue it on and see how far that would go. And I'm actually playing it now on Twitch with Lil, and it's quite an interesting series. So again, twitch.tv/DrBenji. But I didn't want to just do it for the sake of doing it, and I don't like the idea of I'm just uploading it because I know people will watch it, and I hate that idea. I upload it because I know people are excited about watching it, and I didn't feel like that was necessarily the case with the Ajax save, so I just stopped doing it. And maybe I should have been clearer on that, but I didn't want it to keep going. I didn't want to like make a big fuss out of it. I thought if I just stop it, it'll disappear, and it's sad for a few people, but yeah, that was just the way we did it. Forgot this was a live stream. Feels like a regular video. That's a good thing, I think. Right? Right, let's get everyone fit. We'll give them 45 minutes each in this game. We'll see if we get this goalkeeper as well. We've got Harrow coming up, so we are going to play a couple of league games today, and this will all be recapped in the next episode on Monday. So, yeah. So hopefully that answered your question, Hank. The second question is, will I be doing draft stuff? I would love to do a World Cup series with loads of different creators. I talked about it on Twitter. I want to get the likes of Spencer involved, Redeye, who is a CSGO caster. Those guys seem up for it. I think Manny might be involved, might be interested as well. Followed me on Twitter, so I mean that's a good sign, right? As well as some other guys that have got a keen interest in Football Manager. People like Chestnut Gaming, Dotlanders, like they've played Football Manager a lot. I'd love to get them in a sort of 32-team World Cup tournament. I'm going to talk to Football Manager about it, see what they think, see how we can work together. Maybe they've got some connections with some interesting people that could be part of it. So yes, there'll be draft stuff kind of, but it'll be more World Cup based with loads of different creators, and that should be really good fun. Not just Football Manager people, but people everywhere that like Football Manager, essentially. So hopefully that answered your question. Thank you for the question. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream, folks. Hopefully it feels like a regular video with some questions as well. It's a little bit like the playthrough videos, right? It's a little bit like the extras. The extra. People think I'm spelling that wrong. It's episode and extra combined. It's extra. It doesn't look very good, but that's why it's called it. George Sullivan, he's still in the team, and with playing sort of more Diamond-esque football, he actually might feature a little bit more this year. So, do I keep him as captain? Charlie Peel apparently is quite good, as is Ian Thompson. So we do have some leaders in there, actually. See, Tom Gillette and Ian Thompson are both leaders, but we're not even going to play them this year. I mean, we might switch back to the 4-4-2, I don't know. Or play like a 4-4-1-1. If it's not working out with Denan and Smith, we might change it so we play one behind the striker, then have 2 wide players and play a 4-4-1-1, quite defensively set, but at the same time allow our wide players to attack a little more. So I'm not going to get rid of them for that reason. Charlie Peel's just been brought in. I mean, I didn't intend on playing... I mean, he might be the answer to the striker problem. I didn't intend on playing him that much, but I don't intend on playing Sullivan. Who's best choice for captain at this point? That's the problem. Who do I give it to? Michael Emery's not really cut out, I don't think. Let me know in the chat what do you think. As Vish, again, Vish with a £5 donation, you madman. It's 4 p.m. Did you? Oh, it's another hour, of course. Did you know that you can only breathe out of one ear at a time? It switches every 4 hours. What? Hang on. Let's. I can't. This would be an awful way to die, wouldn't it? I've just thought now. That would be an awful way for it to end. I just made my ears pop as well. That wasn't pleasant. I don't know if that's true, Vish. I don't know. I feel like the facts aren't necessarily true now, so I don't know what to make of it. Who do we make as captain, chat? I'm not sure. I think there's options here. Charlie Peel. I meant nostril. I mean, say that then. Say nostril. Flipping heck. Blimey. Okay, I'm going to go with O'Sullivan. He's been here a long time, George O'Sullivan. We'll keep him as captain for now. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Wait, if it is broke, don't... Yeah, one of those. That doesn't... You can't breathe out your ear. You can't. You can't breathe through your ear, Vish. It's just a lie. I mean, that is not a true fact then, is it? He meant nostril, but it's too late. That could have been the end for me. Right, Smith's coming in. Leighton Smith. New goalkeeper. We've got quite a few of them, but this is a new one now. Hopefully the sound is good. Someone said it was a bit quiet. I could talk here, but I think for some people that'll be really loud. You're watching ASMR, Benji. Here we go now. There'll be some people going, "What is ASMR?" And some people going, "This is great. I've waited so long for this." When did this start? It started at 3 p.m. Yeah, dearie me, my ears. I've popped both ears. That's the problem now. I can barely hear what's going on. Is it snowing where I am? No, it's not. But I have checked. What am I drinking? Oh, Q&A. Blackcurrant. It's my favourite drink. It really is. Not joking. Let's go to question 9. I've got 14 questions, so we're getting through them quite nicely. Question 9. How old are you? I am 27. Pretty sure you've answered, but you forgot. There's the answer. Berber fan. And what is your job outside of YouTube? There is not a job outside of YouTube. I am a professional YouTuber. I'm a professional football manager expert. So have some of that. And one more thing. What did you learn? Oh, sorry. Did you go to uni? And by the way, I'm addicted to the series. Thanks for watching the series, Berber fan. I didn't go to university. So there's the answer to that as well. Vish. I'll make love to you like you want me to, and I'll hold you tight, baby, all through the night. Just decided to sing Boys to Men back to me. Cheers, Ben. Not a problem. I quite like Boys to Men, so not a problem. Enjoyed it, if anything. Shall we try and get another player in? Do you think then, because we've brought him in, do we think Leighton Smith now should be the first choice goalkeeper? Not as good as we first thought, viewers. Over Michael Emery and Elliot Taylor. I mean, is he better? It's a pretty close call, to be honest. There's not much between any of them. Basically, what's happened there, viewers, and you've just watched it happen, is I've brought a goalkeeper in that is no better than, and this is why I'm awful at the game, apparently. He's no better. In fact, he's worse with higher potential than my other two goalkeepers. So in reality, Elliot Taylor is just going to be goalkeeper again because he's significantly better. So welcome Leighton Smith, who's only playing on really a paid-to-play basis anyway, doesn't affect anything, and they wonder why we're £500,000 worth of debt, viewers. They wonder. We just need a good goalkeeper. I mean, once you get a good goalkeeper, everything is going to be fine. I don't know. He's a bit risky. He's got a tendency to punch, which I don't like, but everything else is quite nice. I mean, we've not got him scouted. We're nearly there. Get Anna's reports on. Lovelock. Keep an eye. Remind me about Tom Lovelock. He might be the future. I guess we'll wait and see. Leighton Smith is shit, mate. Berber fan, I've just answered your question, and now you're slagging off my... All right, next question. Question number 11, this is. What player have you disliked the most on your YouTube saves? I did actually answer this question on my Twitch stream the other day, but the question is Kovalev from Salford. So there you are. If you hadn't watched the Salford story, you remember Kovalev was brought in as this incredible player that I thought was going to set the team alight. I spent a lot of money on him 1 year. We didn't get a massive transfer budget, but I thought we'll put all our eggs in this Kovalev-shaped basket. He was an attacking midfielder, Russian I think he was, and didn't work out. But there you are, Kovalev. For those that are interested, hated him because he let me down big time. Never really performed to the standard I thought he would. So, Kovalev, a shame. There you are. Hopefully that answers your question. I will now remove the question from the screen so we can see what's going on. Right. But Kovalev. There was times where I really didn't like Neri either. I didn't like what Neri was up to at Parma because he was so inconsistently rubbish that was really annoying as well. Should I have gone for Diskin instead? Should I have popped the Diskin? We'll remember Diskin forever, but not for now. I don't think I had him to the shortlist there. Warren Burwood. See, these are all the goalkeepers that we scouted. Would he be better? It's hard to say. It's very much of a muchness with these goalkeepers. He's not even interested, so forget it. Gareth doesn't want to join. Not really good enough. Not really good enough. Not really good enough. None of these players are good enough. Let's see who we can get in as loan signings. I think we should try and look at that market more. We've already got one in, which looks pretty decent. Taylor Pryor, is he good? On loan from Bury Town. 10 clean sheets in 17 appearances for Bury Town reserves, I assume that is. We'll get him scouted, we'll see. And then let's get rid of all these and see who is available to loan. We'll even put slightly interested so we can see if we can get some better ones. And they don't necessarily have to be, don't necessarily have to be goalkeepers either. Positionally, though, Rory Charlton, no, we'll leave that. Vish is back again. Vish, I seem to, the last fact, I have to redo it. Did you know your feet have around 250,000 sweat glands? New fact of the hour, you sweaty footy bastard, Bengi. Firstly, I want to apologise for the swear. Didn't bleep it out because that's not possible. Secondly, thanks for the fact, Vish. I think the whole stream are enjoying the facts. So, thanks very much. Right, Simon Pearson from Oxford. See, none of these players, I mean, we're just going to be brutal, aren't we? None of these players are very good. These are like the top loan options in world football that I can get in. And as we're all seeing together now, none of them are good. Let's see if we've got any passing Supremos who, on the surface of it, look technically pretty good. See, he's at Shepsted. He'd be quite good. He wants an appearance fee of £60. We just can't do it. This is ridiculous. And he looks decent as well. Like, Shepsted are traditionally, they have a lot of good players in their ranks for, like, not a lot of money sometimes. So he's not on a contract and he's not too bad. What about this guy, Bell? So he's quite well-rounded, but then if I try and get him, he'll be like, no, you don't match my level of ambition despite the fact you're a division above me. Yeah. That's the voice of all the players that reject me. I don't know if that was clear. Your scouting is so bad at this level, the stars don't really matter. That's also true, to be fair. You make a very valid point. I am basing a lot of it just on attributes and seeing if they would fit in. See, like, he's quite good. I think we looked at him before, actually. Was he scouted previously? Yeah. When was that? 2000. So that was last year. This time last year we looked at Luke Allen, and we said no, and he went on to have an incredible season at Braintree Reserves. So we've all lost out. It wasn't that incredible. Reece Hands. Oh, he's a bit slower. 28, central midfielder, technically very good. I don't think we've scouted him before. Is it Enfield Town? See, I feel like if they're at Enfield Town and they're interested in maybe chatting, we should take a second look. Seb Southgate, no. Joe Price. I just sort of look at positions where I think we might need someone. Centrally, Enfield Town, Jake Taylor. See, he's quite good. He's got really good passing ability. Central midfield, can play in the playmaker roles quite nicely, but he's worth money, so forget it, Ben. Get off his page. Never mind. Too many things to look at on Football Manager. That's the problem. Look at Celtic. They have a good academy. I don't think any players from Celtic would want to join. What we can do, though, we've not done this yet, is go to the Division South and then look at someone like Lewis and see who they released. And then we can go through. So when I look for players, this is often what we do. We sort of go, did we have him at some point? Am I going absolutely crazy? No. That name really rings a bell to me, though. Yeah, so you can go through all the released teams and see if any of these players either picked up clubs or would be interested in joining. He's not actually that bad. Would he be interested in joining? I mean, we'll find out our level. He's not interested. But essentially what I do is I go through everyone as much as possible, and you're essentially looking for the one guy that will say, yeah, I'll come play for you. But that could take a long time. So you think there's a few of these divisions that are similar to this. There's also our own division where teams will release players. Like, he's really good. I assume he's got a club. No, he hasn't. But would he come and play for me? I think the chances are pretty low. But this is, once we get up the divisions, these are the sort of players that are released from these sorts of teams that we can go after. I don't think any of these boys, especially the good ones, are going to want to join in the slightest. I mean, we'll check, but I'm confident they won't. We're sort of looking for a lower level player then. And this is quite time consuming. There's a reason I don't make videos. Did he play for United? That's right. I thought he played for a really big team once. Part of me thought it might be in Liverpool. You're essentially looking for that one-off diamond that will take a punt on you, but it doesn't always happen. And I might even do this. A good time to do this as well is around sort of the November, December mark, when they've not had a club for ages, and they'll lower their expectations on what they want from a club that they're going to join. Like, imagine getting this guy in sort of next season. If we get promoted, these are the sorts of players we'll be able to get in, and then we'll build a really good squad. Because a lot of players get released at this level and then just settle for lesser clubs, and we have to try and sort of pounce on those sorts of players. It just takes a long time to go through every single player. Like, this is quicker than me clicking on every single one. So, Nico Santos. I quite like the idea of having a Spanish player, but so far, as you can see, we've got nobody. But we're sort of just doing it in the hope that we'll find one. Maybe I'll do this again later because it takes a long time and it's not massively interesting either. But yeah, hopefully people are enjoying what we're doing. We're going to play a live match, the first ever live match for Thames. This is exciting. Hopefully it goes well. Oh, obviously revealed now, I got a new contract. They offered me a new contract, so we're good. We get to play another season, which I guess is the positive to take from it. Right, let's do another question while we wait for the next game. You are, in my opinion, one of the... I mean, you can see why I chose this question, can't you? Funniest YouTubers on the site. Legit always make me laugh every video. Just want to know, who are your comedy heroes and inspirations? A lot of it comes from people that I'm around a lot. Like, I've always had quite... Like, my family generally have been quite, like, a funny family. Quite... My dad likes to crack a joke now and again. And Ellie's side of the family are similar. They're all quite funny. In terms of like actual influences, I spent a long time before I started YouTube and between the ages of like 17 to like 25 probably watching a lot of comedy and like even stand-up stuff that was sort of hidden away on YouTube that had like 10 views. I would watch a lot of people do lots of different sorts of comedy and try and take influence from those people. And at the same time, you don't want to be like, it's nice to be compared to someone if they think that person's funny. It's not nice to be compared to someone if you don't think they're funny. Like, for example, and I'm not sort of slagging him off for any reason in particular, but if someone said, "Oh, you really remind me of Frankie Boyle. He's really funny," I don't think shock humor and saying things that are controversial for the sake of it is particularly funny, especially if that thing is offensive in a way that is just having a go at someone for a particular reason. There's different sorts of comedy in that respect. I don't think I'm a comedian either, but it was something I one day I thought, like, in a previous life, sort of 10 years ago, maybe one day we could get into stand up and do it seriously, but it just never got into anything more than that. A lot of people say I take bits from Ricky Gervais. I think the character of David Brent is something I find very funny. I think the character of Gareth and Tim are equally funny in that. I don't think David Brent is the only funny character in The Office, for example. I don't necessarily think I take much. Like, I don't take it from Ricky Gervais as much, but then again, I've listened to Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, and Carl Pilkinson's X-Film podcasts about 100 times a piece to each episode. Rockbusters is fantastic. So, if you know the reference, you know the reference. So yeah, there's different people. A lot of people said like Alan Partridge, but until like a few years ago, I'd never even watched Alan Partridge. So I don't know. There's different people. But Frankie Boyle is actually very intelligent, not just shock humor. I agree with that. Someone said that in the chat. I get that he's not just an idiot that says shocking things. My point is that that's sort of the reputation that he's built. So if you're comparing me to someone with that sort of reputation, I immediately assume that you're not thinking, oh, he's really funny. You're thinking, oh, he says controversial statements that people think are funny. So there's that sort of thing. Opinion of Stephen Tries. I think he's really funny. Holy smokes, Vish, are you alright? I'm worried that Vish is drunk, everyone, and he's just making bad mistakes. Vish has donated £50 to the stream. Let's drop some love in the chat for Vish. I have nothing to say on this one, to be honest. Just pretend I said something hilarious and laugh. Vish, I mean, the next bit you said that, I won't read it out, but it's so good. Also, as an aside, when you're next on Twitch, and also, quick question, Paul or City, who do you think's going through and why? That's a fair question. I mean, people in the future will come back to this video and say, you idiot. What was he going to say? I'll next be on Twitch probably tomorrow. We'll probably do something tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know what it'll be yet. You have to wait and see. And I think Liverpool have got a really good chance, but I think City have got the better quality over 2 legs and will go through, as much as I don't want them to. People are asking about Stephen Tries. I think he's great. I don't think you can cancel the donations through YouTube. I think there's like a security buffer, so be warned. Kevin Bridges thinks funny. Yeah, there's lots of comedians I do think are funny. I mean, I think most comedians are funny. I can get why people think they're funny. Just not every comedian's for me. That's all. Right, bench wise, we're gonna have to think about this. So it's a bit stronger. I think Jordan Brown's gonna step out. I am gonna have. I'm debating whether to have both of my wide men on the pitch, or on the bench even, so that if I want to change it, I can do. I can put Harris maybe out, bring someone else off in the middle, and go back to a 4-4-2. This is the first time we're playing this. I'm playing Brendan Harris as well, which I think is a bit of a risk. He might play fantastically, viewers. You never know. And we're dropping Graham Nolan because he's injured for a few more weeks, which is not ideal. Very quick though, and I like having a player in there that's quite quick. It made Craig Tanner really good for the Swindon lot, for those that remember. Do I listen to any podcasts? Yeah, the Football Ramble is my main football podcast I listen to. I think I've listened to every single Football Ramble for the last 8 years. So shout out to the Football Ramble. If you don't listen to the Football Ramble, you should do. They're really good. Okay, let's see how we go. Who's my favourite YouTuber? I don't necessarily have a favourite YouTuber. I have like 10 or so that I watch pretty regularly, but I wouldn't say I've got necessarily a favourite. Right, let's give the fans a good performance despite the odds being against us here. We'll say that passionately, and they don't care. Right, well, we'll say there's a lot more to come from you, and I believe you've got what it takes, because that is like the go-to thing to say at the start of a season, and they like it a little bit. Liam Denan motivated, Squires motivated, couple of players motivated. You and Eddie need to do a full series. We're thinking about doing another one soon. We'll do a quick question before we go into this game. If you ended up being sacked in a one-club save, what would happen? Would you would you end up doing a different series, attempting again from the beginning or other? There is an answer to this. There is a real answer to this. Because that's and it's a pretty fair question, I reckon. Like, what would happen if I was sacked from Thames? What would be the solution to the problem? I'm going to say this then. There is a solution. If it ever happens, you will 100% know. I won't secretly add myself back as a manager. It'll be very obvious as to what happens. There is I guess the phrase would be fail-safe if it happens. Yeah, and I'm not going to tell you because that would ruin it. Thank you for the question, though. But, yeah, when you know, it's a chance already. Harris on the free kicks, the youngster. Love it. Right, we're watching in 2D, 3D replays, 3-dimensional replays. So we'll go to those. Do I watch Work the Space? When he uploads, he just doesn't upload. Love you, Jack. 27 minutes gone. Let's commentate this like it's an actual game. Denan, forward he goes. There's a chance into the middle. Smith's there, headed on and goal. Great save from Rossieri in goal. And he pushes it behind. Harrow have had 2 chances. 4 shots for us, 3 on target. Looking good. Corners, which as we know, viewers, corners, hashtag corners come to nothing. Because they don't. Corners generally are rubbish. They're one of my major qualms with FM, that if nothing's going to happen, just don't show it. Not a highlight, a corner that's cleared immediately. We're nearly at half time here, and it's been a pretty underwhelming half of football. We're going to attack from now and into the second half as well. Might leave us open to the counter, but they look pretty knackered. Well, there's a few injuries is what I'm getting at, and they're not playing very well either. We're playing slightly better football. So there's that. I'm already debating bringing on Charlie Peel for Liam Denan. Liam Denan is just like, he just takes all the criticism. Certainly there's a lot more to come from you. I believe you've got what it takes. There's a lot more to come from you. I believe you've got what it takes. They love that. They think there's more to come from them. They believe they've got what it takes. It's time to win this game. Second half. We always seem to start with draws, though, I feel like. We always seem to start with draws. This is the first ever live match, viewers. You're part of the live match. We have 1,000 people watching. I don't mean to rag on any football clubs out there, but there are literally more people watching this than well over half of all the football matches going on right now in the country. That's mad, isn't it? You're watching someone play a game fictionally. What? Why is he... What did he do? What did he do? Oh, let's have... What did he do? I can't even rewind. Oh. Well, I'm not going to put anyone in there. What did he do? Brandon Harris has been sent off on his debut for Thames. It's not good news, viewers. It's not good news. What did he do? Oh, for heaven's sake. That is reckless on every level. Why did you do it? I mean, we'll watch it again. We'll see it again in 3 dimensions. What's going on here? This one, isn't it? I mean, it's not a good challenge. I mean, look at that. That's never going to be a good tackle, is it? Oh, there's still the question. My apologies. I mean, look at that. That is reckless on every level. I mean, how can I complain with that? How can anyone complain about that? That is reckless to the nth degree. The referee's going over. He's not happy. He's going, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. It's in slow motion. It's like Baywatch. Come here. And then he's gone, is it my haircut? What's the problem? What's wrong? What occurred? He's going, you can't do that on this pitch, mate. I've had enough of your attitude and your haircut. Here it comes. He's already walking before the card's been shown. He's walking in. He's headbutted the ref. I mean, that's why he's been sent off, obviously. Because he's in the face of he's literally, look at that there, look. He's headbutted him. No wonder the ref's taken kindly or not taken kindly to it. That is contact. I mean, that is an image for Football Manager 2018, isn't it? Right there. 2 players, or a referee and a player that have essentially become one. You can look at it at any angle. It's unbelievable scenes. Look at that. Who'd have thunk it? These 2 guys. I mean, the people around the ground can't believe it. That's a nice view of the ground, isn't it? I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought these 2 players have become one? I say players, it's the ref. I mean, what's going to happen from this point onwards? How will they part? That's the real question. This is like this. I mean, they say a better love story than he's hugging him. He's hugging him. If this is beautiful, it's not a headbutt at all. How wrong are we? He's crying and he's hugging him. That is beautiful. That is beautiful on every level. It is beautiful. Oh my. I mean, if that's not a screenshot worthy moment, I don't know what is. It's a friendship, viewers. It's a hug. It's a full-on hug. Right. Oh god, that's different. That is different now. I mean, has he raised a card? He's just raised a hand. There's no card there. But Harris has walked. Tony McGee, he's dished it out. We don't know what card it is. We've not seen the card. It's back in the pocket. It's all over. I mean, unbelievable. A hug's come in. He's comforted him in his time of. Like, he's devastated. He's walked off crying. The kid has, Harris. He's devastated. He's a young lad. He's a young lad. He's a young lad. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Right. Well, the games continue here. We are now down to 10 men on the opening day of the season, so that's great news. We're going to bring on Charlie Peel for Liam Danan, and we'll see if the Peel-Smith combination works slightly better as they knock it forward there. Taylor claims it, and here we are. A little bit of respite. There's about 25 minutes left to go in the game as the ball is launched forward towards Danan, and it's headed down. Danan not actually off the pitch quite yet. As Squires plays out to Connolly. Some nice football forward towards Danan, and they've got to defend this well. But Danan's there. Michael Smith, and there we go. Thames with a goal. Oi. We've scored. Danan has pounced upon it. It's a little bit stuttery for some reason. Danan pounces. He plays it to the ginger assassin, who converts. We're still going to make the changes, even though we've scored a goal. I mean, hashtag scenes in the chat, viewers. We've seen a goal happen live. It's live. I'm like Martin Tyler. There we go. Beautiful scenes, everyone. 10 minutes to go. What will occur as Taylor in goal smashes one clear towards Smith? Oh, he heads it on beautifully. 7 minutes left. All we have to do now is hold out. We should probably come off attacking and go to more of a standard approach, which, most people would do, because that makes sense. Heaven back to Taylor, who launches it clear up towards Smith. Will he head this down? He won't quite win it. Howard to Squires, though. Is there a second coming for Thames here? Right at the riverbank. There's more people in the stream now than there are attending the match. Squires, if you can pull it back. Referee, Peel. Oh, it's in the back of the net. Charlie Peel is the real... It's an own goal. 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 Look at the fans. The Thames Massive over there. They are loving it. Absolutely loving it. The ball's played down the line. I apologise for this stuttering. I don't know what's going on. I think it's because this is at 60 and the stream isn't, so there's a little bit of a problem. I mean, Peel's been tackled from behind. It's in the back of the net. Simon Brannan, is he the new Tom Manship? Who knows? Lovely. And cut. And I'll wait for the end of the game. Right then, only 4 minutes to go. Well, let's see. That's how the videos are made. That's the secret of it. I mean, I could record. I'll do the next game in the style of a video where there's just lots of silences where I don't do anything. Oh no! Oh, it's scored. It's offside. It's offside. Call it, ref. It's offside. While we're dealing with that, we'll make another change as well. Peel's going to stay out there. Smith's going to come off. Gillette's coming on, and Thompson's going to come on for Squires, and we're going to go back to this flat four across the middle. Oh. I could have paused the game here, but why bother at 2-0? I mean, we're loving life. There we go then. Everyone's having a lovely time. 2-0 to the good. He peels away, and it's an own goal. And at full time then, Thames 2, Harrow 0. And now you'll see how long it takes to leave a game on this game. Really special, lads. Well done. Everyone's loving it. Perfect start to the season. Harrow have taken a beating. Oh, there we go, viewers. What a moment. This is all very appealing. Orange peel. Why orange peel? Right, we've got one more question before we finish up soon. Which was your least favourite series you've done? Be honest. My least favourite series was... I mean, that's gone on for a long time. So we're talking like Palmer, Salford, Espalion Job, Road Trip, Thames, Swindon. Out of that, I'd probably say Road Trip was my least favourite because I didn't have the same connection to players. And I think the audience felt the same thing. You guys probably felt the same thing. Like, you didn't have the same connection to the players in that series. So while I didn't dislike it, it just is my least favourite rather than my most hated or most disliked. So there's the answer to your question. We've got for an hour and a half, so we're coming sort of towards the end now. But I will now take questions from the chat. So if you've got anything you want to ask, I'll do my absolute best to reply to it. Bear in mind, we've got a lot of people here, so if I don't answer your question, don't be offended. I'll do my absolute best to answer questions people might have. And that's going to kind of wrap up the stream. We might do another game against Worthing if we get there. I guess we'll see. In terms of transfers, that 70 season tickets sold, exceptional. In terms of transfers then, I will run through these in the next episode, so you'll see them all again. No outs though, apart from some of the release players. Coca is now at Greenwich on £350 a week. That's what he always wanted, so I hope he's happy. And he's in the Vanarama South, and he had a rubbish game. Did they lose? Because I don't want to rub it in on Coca. They drew 1-1. Maybe it was his error then, because he played really badly. Where is he here? 5.8. He was the worst player on the peeing pitch. Rubbish. Road Trip was epic at the start, though. I enjoyed the first 30 episodes or so. I really enjoyed, but beyond that, I felt like it struggled a little bit. What are your ambitions? That's a big question. To be, oh blimey, to leave the Earth, leaving it in a better place than when I left it. Not that I have any influence over that, really. But will I play Ed Grogan? He's still here. No. Purely because I know everyone wants me to. He's the only player in the... Well, he's one of the only players in the under 23. He's just in the 23s on his own. Oh, Ed. Ed. Love you lots. Great stream. Joe, bye. Bye, Adam Evans, even. Thank you for watching, my man, if you're heading off. Favourite FM save from another YouTuber. Jack's FC United of Manchester save from FM 13, I think it was. It was the first one I watched, and I absolutely loved it. Championship Manager 102, the best Championship Manager game ever made. What other YouTubers do I watch? Philip DeFranco. I watch the True Geordie stuff. The XO stuff I think is really good. Stephen Tries I think is really good. Spencer is probably one of the main people I watch on sort of from the FIFA scene, although he does a lot more real life stuff now, right? Smith, watch Palmer's. Chris MD's stuff I always think is pretty good. Sorted Food, for anyone that watches Sorted Food. Articulate ASMR, for anyone that knows who that is. I like his videos. I'm trying to think who else I watch. I'll have to open up YouTube and see, because people are definitely interested in this. I watch Thorin's CSGO videos. I watch Richard Lewis's videos, again, another CSGO related person. Cultaholic, I watch quite a few of their videos. Optic Gaming's videos. Hex's videos from Optic Gaming, tend to watch quite a lot of those. Jonathan Pye, I mean, he's not necessarily a YouTuber, but I watch all of his videos. Redmen TV, watch those guys. That's a pretty good spattering of people, right? Splattering of people, maybe. Yeah, slow-mo guys, people like that. There you are. I've been watching Sorted Food since like 2010, whenever they started. But yeah, I don't really watch FM people, if that wasn't obvious. I play the game a lot and stream it a lot and make videos on it a lot. I don't really want to watch it a lot, which I think is probably fair enough, right? It's a squad game. You'll be part of it. Don't worry. Who do I watch on Twitch? Quite a lot of the CS:GO pros. If they're playing, I'll tune into some of those guys. If there's like a tournament of CS:GO, I'll always watch that. There's one right now, actually. Yeah, quite a few people. Favorite FM player in all your saves? If it's not Jeff Thomas, it's probably like Andy Tannoy because he was in a video. But Jeff Thomas was great. What's the happiest moment in your life so far? Happiest moment in my life so far? Oh, moving out on the back of doing YouTube and having the support from you lot. I know that's a bit sort of Oscar acceptance speech, but yeah, the fact that you guys have allowed me the opportunity to move out of my home and see, it's awkward. I don't want to say like live a dream, but to live something I know a lot of people would love to do, and I do love doing this. But I didn't dream about it when I was a kid. I wanted to be a footballer. So yeah, like that for me is like the best part so far, is being able to, because that's not just me, that's Ellie as well, right? That's me and Ellie being able to move out and live somewhere else and have the freedom of being independent and things like that. So yeah, that's the answer. Good question though. You always want me from Jamie from Sorted Food. He likes hotter food than I do. Do you ever think you'll do a Championship Manager Legacy video? No, I don't think so. What do I think of YouTube drama? I think it's fine, as long as it doesn't go too far. Like, it doesn't hurt anybody. People get way too emotionally involved, but they don't need to. Like, most of it's just fine. People don't need to get angry about it. Should I play one more game? What do we think, viewers? One more game? I'll answer some questions while you decide that. How do you get that hot prospect key player thing when looking at a team? What, on here? It's on the contract option. Generally speaking, I've got Rangers, which is what I used. I had a Rangers save, and that's why it's called Rangers. There's literally no other reason. Which gives me sort of chances created, goals per 90 minutes, assists, all this sort of things. But you have to make it yourself, for those that are confused. Can we just move this along a little bit? What's it missing there? Nothing. Okay. Oh, Brandon Harris is now suspended. Well done, mate. Andy Douglas is going to have to play, and he's not even a natural in that role, but he'll do. Maybe not attacking as much. Oh, this is rubbish now, because I don't want him to be... I mean, that'll have to do, because he's quite good in those areas. Yeah, I think that'll have to do. One more? A lot of people say one more. J. Coppo Beltbo. Hopefully I said that right. Hey, I checked the store. Didn't see things going to get shirts available. Will you bring them back? The design was brilliant. Really? I'll double check. Are they not? Yeah, absolutely right. Okay, maybe. Oh, that's... Oh, I've sold X amount of products. I won't say how many on Teespring. Thanks if you bought a t-shirt. Oh yeah, we could do a giveaway. I'll do it on Twitter tonight. I'll give away a Teens t-shirt. We'll do like a retweet thing. Favorite CS:GO pro team? I don't really have one. Do I watch competitive Rocket League? Yeah, I'm big into esports, but not LoL or Dota or Overwatch. The other ones. Do you think Braun Strowman should be in the main event of Mania instead of Roman Reigns? No, not yet. Next year. And have him win next year. Team-wise, am I going to change anything here? Andrade can come in. That'll do. Right, we'll play one more. People seemed keen, so we'll do another one. And we won that with 10 men, so why not? I'll do my best to answer questions as we go through, though. And obviously, we'll recap these tomorrow. They're playing a 4-3-3. We're probably going to get beat. I guess we'll see. Certainly say, go out there and give the fans their money's worth. Give them money's... Come on, back them. Love them. Passionately say I have faith in you. Right, questions. Couple of questions. Sorry to keep asking. Do you have any other favourite in real life teams apart from the obvious ones? And do you have any temptation to play the 95-96 database that someone made for FM18? I do have an interest in that, actually. Good question. Yes. I think retro databases on current games. Yes. Do I play Fortnite? Yes. And do I have a favourite in real life team apart from the obvious? No, not apart from the obvious. What's my favourite song from The Greatest Showman? From now on, we'll wait until tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight. And from now on. That one. We are 1-0 down already. Fantastic. I'm going to attack again from the off. I feel like our fullbacks pressing higher up will give us a better chance. Similar to the Arsenal one, right? FM is a great game. Have you got any tips via scouting players? What specifically do you look for? If you can get free transfers and you can get people who are running out of contract early, then do that. Remember, players in the last year, if their contract will be worth less, try and focus on those players as much as you can. People don't seem to do that enough. Not even me this year, to be fair. I'm not a real doctor. Confirmed. Are we about to be 2-0 down here? Yes. Yes, we are. I mean, it's nice that we're going to have another consistently excellent season, everyone. You know? Isn't it? It's just so great. We're going to play 2 games. 1 win, 1 defeat. Fantastic. Thanks for being here. It's hit his backside. Never mind. Drop down to 11th. We're literally no time into this at all. And we're already suffering big time. Let's drop Howard into a deeper role. And create a bit more balance in the centre. I don't love this on any... I think Eddie Kearns is everyone. That's an exciting moment for us all. We're going to go to that. I'll play slightly... So we're basically bringing him from the forward area to the back area. From the attacking midfield to a defensive midfield. Why I said back to forward, I don't know. Ben, I've asked 4 times and not been acknowledged once. James, I'm so sorry. What did you ask? I'll scroll up and find it. What did you ask, James? Oh, no, I'm not sure who asked it. James Shipman. What did James Shipman ask everyone? This is a big moment. It better be a good question. Who started doing FM YouTube first, yourself or Jack? Jack started first. I watched Jack before getting into it myself. Chance, but didn't go in. Can you give me a tease of the stream so far that I've missed? I'm going to go back and watch, though. We do some transfer stuff. I answer a lot of questions. And we've lost a key player, but I won't tell you who. You have to figure it out from either watching or... I mean, they've missed a massive opportunity there. Opinions on Barry's Twitter subscription? I don't care. Cleared and shot and missed. Dream event you'd like to attend? The Football Manager video conference that I run. That'd be good. How do I think England will do at the World Cup? Quarterfinals, and then we'll be gone. Once we play a good team. Have I seen Peep Show? I've seen it. Yeah, I don't watch it religiously though. I wasn't like a huge fan of it when it was really popular. Passionately say, no. People will be shouting at me. I'm going to get aggressive and say, show me something else in the second half. Both of our strikers are struggling for different reasons. Smith's injured. Smith's on a booking and playing badly. Sorry, Danan's on a booking and playing badly. I think we'll bring Peel back in. Peel and Danan. Put him in there as the poacher. I'm tempted, actually, to go to the 4-4-2 and bring Gillette on. I'm going to do it, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, I am. So we'll make the wingers. I think it should be, like, the way it's working, it should be fine. We can probably make these guys less attacking. Maybe away from home, it's not a good idea. Is that Ellie Kearns? Hello? Is it Ellie Kearns? I've been completely blanked. So that's gone well. Can we get a final rendition of Things Can Only... If you subscribe on Twitch, then you'll hear it. Ellie Curtains. This is the first video you've been in since the series ended. This is going to be a video on YouTube. We're streaming on YouTube, doing Thames stuff. Come in quick. We might score. You can celebrate this. Where are you? We're live on the internet. Peel scores! He's done it again. It's Ellie Curtains, everyone. From the videos before. Bring yourself down here. Bob your head down a bit. Come on.
Where?
Just.
How do I know where?
It's there, look.
Oh.
I'll put it here if you need me to. Look.
Hi.
It's Eddie Curtains from Girlfriend vs. FM.
I'm very cold.
Oh, yeah?
It's snowing.
Well, you live in Serbia now. Oh, bloody hell, that is cold.
It's cold.
You've not been... People always ask, are we bringing back Girlfriend vs. FM? Let's get it from the horse's mouth. That was a well good goal. Pardon?
I think we broke up.
Yeah, we're just friends now, aren't we?
Because your background's different.
It is, yeah. People thought that I'd been kicked out, and that was it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Enjoyed it. That's an amazing goal someone's just scored against me there. We're 3-1 down. So your influence has been nothing but, well, kept us as average as we were before. You all right?
I'm tired.
All right. Well, this is going to be a video, so no one wants you in it really. So
I've had a very hard day.
let's hear about that instead.
I've done a lot of shopping.
Oh yeah, Danan scored 3-2 back in the game.
Woo!
There we go. That's
No
what.
idea who he is.
How are you enjoying the Thames series? Enjoying it?
Yeah.
Which you watched been your favourite episode?
No idea.
She's a big fan. Look at him here.
I live with you. I don't need to be a fan of you. Do I?
I think I'd like you to be a bit of a fan at least.
No, but I don't.
A little bit. What's the favourite video?
Probably the one with Jay in it.
The one with Jay in it. Just arbitrary naming a
My mum
person.
loves it.
Yeah, Ellie's mum watches it more than Ellie does. My dad and your mum watch it more than
And my
anyone
mum's-
else in the family.
My mum's next door neighbour. They love it.
They love it. They go round. They love it. They love Mike Rowe. I mean, that's weird, but they love Mike Rowe. They might score again here. Oh, what a save that was. Taylor. Wonderful stuff.
Right. Well, your mum has made us a cake.
Has she? Have you got it, have you?
Yeah.
Marvellous. Right, can I just finish my stream and then we'll chat
Yeah,
later?
so
I don't
I
want to be rude,
I
but
was gonna
piss
ask,
off. What?
When do you want a cup of tea? And
Oh, a cup of tea and a bit of cake. In about 20 minutes?
Okay.
Marvellous. Thank you so much for being here.
Okay. Bye.
Have a good afternoon. Ellie Curtains, everyone.
Bye.
10 years we've been together. What a waste of time.
Too long.
Too long. Too bloody long. Ellie's favourite TV show of all time, Breaking Bad. I think. I don't actually know, but I think it would probably be that. But yeah, that's Ellie. We're going to lose this game. We've lost it 3-2 to Worthing. We tried our best, but it didn't work. I don't want to say the influence of Ellie. And look, even when I'm live, I do it without thinking. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing how often I do that. It's amazing. It's genuinely amazing. It's not just in videos. It's even when I'm just not thinking about it. I hit the wrong thing. It's shambolic. Bloody hell. TV show of all time is Breaking Bad. I really like Westworld. I recently watched Suits. That was really good. Spooks, Line of Duty, Hustle. Other things I've watched that I really enjoyed. I can't think of other things, but I've named about 6 there, so that'll keep you going. Will I ever manage the MLS? Not at the moment. Same goes for Australia. Not at the moment. I'm going to try and answer as many questions as possible from now until I don't know how long we'll go for. Maybe I'll make this maybe I'll just do questions from this point onwards. If anyone's got a good one. How do you always this up? I don't know. I just pressed the wrong thing. I panic. 10 years. Surely time to pop the question. What? Can you move out? Is that the question you're thinking? Can we see an overview of the world football in 20? Yeah, let's do that instead then. I'll answer questions, but we'll go around the rest of the world and we'll see what's popping off, shall we? So what do you want to see? World Cup? Probably not the World Cup. Probably not as interested. France won it. They beat Croatia in 2000. Actually, this just happened, to be fair. Argentina won in 18. France have just won this one. Harry Kane, top goal scorer. If we take a look at the third place playoff, did England get there? Semi-finals? Obviously not, Ben, if you're not in the other ones. Quarter-finals? Harry Kane got 7, though. Second round? We lost 1-0. Harry Kane got 7 goals in the group stages for England. And we went out in the quarter... where were we? Oh, he scored all 5 against China. There we are then. I couldn't figure it out. People are going to comment on the sneeze. It was put on. There we are. So that's Gareth Southgate still in charge because he's done so well with England, doesn't he, in that short time. Should we look at the Premier League? I'm sure people will be interested in that. So Premier League, and I'm going to leave it on there so you can look at it. And I should have written English. I always do that. And I'm going to read questions from the chat. There's so many. We'll do my best. If you're watching the VOD, you're about to find out so much information. What leagues you have active for most FM saves? Top 6 in Europe, so England, Germany, Italy, France, Spain. Occasionally I'll put Scotland in there or Holland, and then Brazil, Argentina. That's usually it, and I'll make them not playable. In this one, I don't actually know what we've got, but I'll show you anyway. So we've got Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, and ourselves. And I'll probably remove one once we go 2 above it, because I'm not hoping to get relegated. League title last season was won by Manchester United, and it looked like that for anyone that's interested. What's your favourite stream moment ever on my Twitch channel? Oh, I don't know. There's been some good ones, but I couldn't name one in particular. You need to be more of a drill sergeant during team talks. You're absolutely correct. Okay, I'm going to try and get through these as much as possible. Ben, thanks for everything you do on YouTube. Love your content. Watched around 2 years now. Nice to speak to you, and thanks for 2 hours of your time this afternoon. Thank you for watching, my man. I appreciate it. We've had like 800 plus people the whole time. That's mad. CSGO rank is supreme on matchmaking. I will say that proudly. Is the goal of the safe to win the Prem or the Champions League? Whichever is more logical. If it takes me ages and ages and ages to win the Prem, and then we finally do it, then that'll be the goal. If we win it and then we're not like 297 episodes in, then we'll go for the Champions League as well. But we'll have to wait and see. I thought you couldn't stream on YouTube if you're a partner on Twitch. I think you can do. I don't think that they don't really mind. Depends what you're doing. What are your opinions about the MLS? It's okay. I wouldn't do a Football Manager save there though. Would I be interested in managing a Chinese team? Not at the moment. Kane did a review. He did. What was that sneeze? Sorry. QC's not sneeze normally. Yes, but choose not to. Could be asked already, but Champions predictions. You might mean Champions League. I think City, Barcelona have the best chances. Also, if Madrid win again, it's hard. Like they're still very good, right? The time of year when Arsenal are top, they're fifth here. Liverpool have dropped out as well. Is Klopp still manager of Liverpool? No, he's not. I'll put up another screen. We'll put up transfers so you can see what the biggest leading transfers are while I talk about questions with everyone else. Goretzka and Delet went to PSG for 104 million. Holy smokes. Opinions on Sunderland. I don't have the Norwegian leagues loaded, so it doesn't matter. Breaking your microphone, surely. Yeah, that was a bad moment. 94 points in the league. Who would you consider going to actual management? I would love to. I've got coaching qualifications, but I don't think it would ever happen. Is H1 going to come back? Maybe. I did a video yesterday, actually, or like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, a few days ago is the actual answer on the second channel. You need to compare more so we can see how the skill graphics match up. Good, easy visuals for viewers. Agreed. Who won Player of the Year? We can look at that as well if you like. That's different, isn't it? World Player of the Year. That is different. I mean, okay. By all means, gander at that a minute. Yeah, you can't stream on both platforms at the same time. I think that's correct. Why is your room so white? Because I have a light that shines on me, which looks exactly like that one, but in the corner. I can make it more yellow if you want, or I can make it blue. Would you like it? We can make the camera blue if you like. There you are. Is that better? Do you prefer that? Is that giving you a better feeling now? How's that? I don't know what we're doing. I shouldn't have done this. There we go. Regular colours. Right, we'll do 3 more questions. How annoyed were you saw Liverpool at City? I wasn't annoyed. It's a good battle. Emery just got a straight red. Oh, no. Michael Emery just got himself sent off. What a banana. Why has he done that for? Michael. Oh, bloody hell, Michael. Never mind. These things happen. Why is Icardi always enough for the Premier League? Good question. Right, I think that's going to do us there. Are you Messi or Ronaldo? I'm Messi. I'm a Messi person. Right, that is going to bring us to the end now. If you watched the entire video, thank you for watching. Do leave a like on it. If you want to see some more, of course, subscribe to the channel. Thank you to everybody in the chat that watched. We had quite a few people donate as well. I don't know where that goes or how that works, but thank you so much as well for the support. And really, for anyone that's been watching for the past 3 years, whether you've been watching for however long, it's nice to have the opportunity to say it live on YouTube. So thank you for watching. It means a lot that you still watch and you come back every day at 5 p.m. Hoping to see another video. And yeah, we'll keep going until I don't like it anymore. It's essentially the answer. But there's no reason to not enjoy it still, right? So let's try and have fun with it. It's a pleasure, as it always is, for people that like the fact I know you're willing to watch every day is one of the nicest feelings ever, and it's very motivating to see. We had 1,000, I think it was 1,115 people might be the most we had today. Amazing. Like the fact we had that many people tune in for a Football Manager stream is nutty. So thank you for hanging out. And again, if you watch on the VOD, thank you for getting all the way through it to this point. We had a lot of questions, not a lot of gameplay, but I appreciate you hanging out and watching. If you got to the end of the VOD, just write the words. What word could we go with? Let's do hashtag peel, maybe. If you got to the end, we'll do that. So thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you again on Monday at 5 o'clock for more of this, and We Love With Care. From me, not spending until next time, I will leave you with the way we started. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. I'm actually still here. If you still hear this, then you either watch the VOD until the end, or you just committed. I love you. Goodbye.